Hi, and welcome to Professor Kev Show. As you can see, I got Olivia and Aaliyah with us, and they're from Case Closed. Good afternoon, my friends. Welcome to the show.
Hello, how are you doing today?
I just live in the dream, my friend. So, before we talk about Case Closed, just tell me a little bit about yourselves. You know, I'm a student, I like soccer, type of thing. Go ahead, Olivia, you're first.
Oh, sorry.
Just tell me a little bit about yourself.
Absolutely. My name is Olivia Louise Onolundula, but you can just call me Olivia.
Mhm.
I currently reside in Fredericton, New Brunswick, but I was born in Calgary, Alberta. I'm in my 12th year of high school, and I really enjoy reading, crocheting, and playing piano.
Cool.
I'm also really interested in the legal system, as I have a really strong moral compass, and I really strongly believe in justice. So hopping aboard Case Closed with Aaliyah has really been a really exciting journey towards delving more into the legal system for me.
That's neat. Hi, Aaliyah. Hi,
Hi,
same
my
thing.
name's Ali.
Go ahead, I'm
Yes,
sorry.
I'm 16 years old and I live in Toronto, Canada. I'm originally from India, but I've had a wonderful time here in Canada. Just like Olivia, I also have a lot of interest and passion for the legal system, and having a strong moral compass has what led me to actually start Case Closed, and it's been awesome working with Olivia. But outside of Case Closed, I love reading about business, marketing, and I also have picked up a hobby, which is running, and I really enjoyed that.
Mm. So, welcome to the show for both of you. So I guess I'm really surprised by how many people love true crime. Like I talk to people like, do you watch this show? And one of my friends, like they watch these things right before they go to bed. And it's like, there's crazy, stressful thing. I'm like, how can you sleep after watching it? What drew you to wanting to start this true case closed?
Yes. Well, like those people, I was also very interested in true crime. And what really, I guess, struck me towards actually starting the podcast was not a lot of people actually talked about the legal aspects of it. They could cover a case, they could do very well, in terms of storytelling, but there was not a lot of interest or perhaps detail on the legal aspects of it. What happened to the perpetrator, what crimes, what they did, what penalty did they actually face for it. There wasn't a lot for it. And so, based on that idea, I started True Crime, this podcast, last summer, and then it carried on this summer. And that's what essentially perceived my interest towards it. But another thing that me and Olivia both strongly feel upon is that true crime is often used as a piece of entertainment. And that is very, in our opinion, slightly ethically interesting because these are the things that have happened to people in real life and they have gone through these things. And so to use it as entertainment feels a bit morally wrong. So that's something we also want to focus with Case Closed is that whenever we're talking about the victims, we want to be extremely respectful and to be sure that this podcast is used as a means of information and awareness and not just entertainment.
That's a great point and stuff. So, Olivia, when did you come into the scene on this?
Yeah, I'd say about maybe 3 weeks to a month ago, I hopped on this. Aaliyah just shot me a quick message on LinkedIn. She was like, "Hey, I thought you'd be a great researcher, a great member of the team. Would you like to join Case Closed?" Because Aaliyah knows that I'm interested in law and we'd previously been colleagues in a separate nonprofit. So Aaliyah just messaged me and I was like, why not? This is right up my alley. I enjoy working with Aaliyah and it's been fun times.
So, how do you pick the cases to review?
The way we essentially choose the cases, it depends on our interests, essentially, but
Yep.
more so what's also happening in the world. So the case we're currently working on and the one we're planning to release soon is the Tylenol Murders. That's something I found out about and it really intrigued me because as a community we trust Tylenol a lot, but this thing about what actually happened with the drug and how it killed certain people is what really intrigued me and the way Tylenol completely, rebranded themselves more over it. But it's also like what's happening in the world because there's a lot and we also like to keep up with the news but also just keep looking back at cases and me and Olivia are both in law classes and philosophy classes, so we also find out a lot about cases through those classes.
So how's it been going so far? What's been the feedback on the episodes you've done?
Yeah, so we are currently working on one episode called the Tylenol Murders. That's going to be our first episode, and it should be out by next week. But we have been getting positive feedback from other people, and we're starting up our Case Closed LinkedIn. So we're going to work on gaining a following for it. And so far, people have been receiving this and been pretty excited for our podcast to come out.
That is pretty cool. It is exciting when you get the first episode, that is for sure. So crystal ball
Absolutely.
time, my friends. What's the future hold for Case Closed? What are you hoping to accomplish?
I'd say that with Case Closed, we're hoping to accomplish a different perspective of true crime because, as aforementioned by Aaliyah, a lot of people use true crime as this means of entertainment, which can be very jarring. I would say that true crime lies more under something that needs to be perceived from a more sensitive light. And through Case Closed, that's exactly what we're doing.
So how do people reach out to you? How can they learn more about the podcast?
Well, currently we have our LinkedIn profile. We are working on it when we try to post on it consistently. We are also planning to create a Instagram channel so that's more accessible for people to, just reach out to us. But also me and Olivia, you can always DM us on LinkedIn. We'll be always open to listening to what you have to say, any interest in the organization, or simply feedback or anything of that sort that you want us to hear. We're always here on our LinkedIn's.
Awesome. I appreciate you both taking a few minutes to call out to the show. And as always, thanks for being my friend.
Of
Thank you.
course.
Thank you.